Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Perry.
And I'm Alan. Perry, I feel like today's topic is essential because everyone everywhere needs to talk about what hasn't happened yet.
Absolutely, Alan. We're talking about the future, which can feel complicated in English because we have so many ways to express it. Our listeners need a clear guide.
So here is our promise to you today. If you have ever felt confused about when to use will, going to, or even the present tense when talking about tomorrow, this episode will provide the simple rules to help you speak fluently about your plans, predictions, and arrangements.
We are going to simplify the most common structures, starting with the two most basic and often confused forms, will and going to.
The simple future with will, I will go, is primarily used for two things: instant decisions and predictions without evidence.
An instant decision is a choice made right now, in the moment. For example, if the phone rings, you say, I will answer it. You decide it just now.
Predictions without evidence are guesses or opinions about the distant future. I think self-driving cars will be common in 10 years. This is a general belief, not a fact based on current proof.
Now, let's look at be going to. I am going to go. This is used for pre-planned actions and predictions with evidence.
A pre-planned action is something you decided and prepared for earlier. I am going to visit my sister next month. I already bought the tickets. The intention was made in the past.
Predictions with evidence are based on something you can see right now. Look at those black clouds. It is going to rain. The clouds are the immediate proof.
The key takeaway from this foundational lesson is that the choice between will and going to is not about the time, it's about the speaker's intention and the certainty of the decision.
Let's practice distinguishing between instant decisions, will, and pre-planned actions, going to. Imagine you are at a restaurant. The waiter asks what you want. You say, I will have the soup. Instant decision.
But if your friend asks you what you plan to eat before you leave home, you say, I am going to have the salad. Pre-planned action or intention. The simple shift tells the listener about your planning process.
We must also clarify contractions. We usually contract will to ul. I'll, you'll, she'll. This makes spontaneous speech much smoother and faster. Say it with me. I'll call you later.
The error many learners make is using will for every plan. If you say, I will study tonight, it sounds like you decided that just now. If you say, I am going to study tonight, it confirms the plan you made this morning.
Let's apply this to work. A manager might say, the company is going to launch a new product next quarter. Pre-planned formal intention. But if the server crashes unexpectedly, the technician says, don't worry, I will fix it immediately. Instant decision, spontaneous offer.
The rule is simple. If the decision is spontaneous or a sudden guess, use will. If the decision or prediction is based on prior thought or current proof, use going to. Master this difference and your future talk instantly becomes clearer. Welcome back. Now we move into a slightly more advanced but incredibly common area, using the present tenses to talk about the future.
This seems confusing, but it's actually essential for fluent English. We use the present continuous and the simple present to express future events with high certainty.
The present continuous, I am doing, is used for definite personal arrangements, events fixed in your calendar, often involving other people.
This structure emphasizes certainty, often replacing going to for strong plans. For example, I am meeting the director at 3 p.m. tomorrow. The arrangement is set and the time is fixed.
It requires a time reference to be clear. I am flying to Paris on Friday. Without on Friday, it sounds like you are flying right now. The time phrase grounds the future plan.
Now, the simple present, I do. This is used for fixed schedules or timetables, things that happen regularly and are outside of our personal control.
This applies to public schedules, trains, buses, movies, school semesters, or the sun. For example, the bus leaves at 7 a.m., or the term ends in June.
Even though the event is in the future, the action is part of a rigid repeating schedule, so we use the simplest tense.
The simple present is your formal institutional future. The present continuous is your personal fixed future with friends or colleagues.
This distinction is critical for conveying the level of certainty. If the train is leaving at 7 a.m., it is 100% certain. If you are meeting the director at 3 p.m., it is very close to 100% certain.
Let's look at the subtle difference between going to and present continuous. Both express plans, but the continuous implies a higher level of fixed arrangement. If I say I'm going to see a movie, it's a general intention. If I say I'm seeing a movie on Tuesday, it implies the tickets are bought and the time is set.
The present continuous requires two people's involvement, making it a definite arrangement. I am having dinner with my in-laws on Saturday. This involves two parties agreeing. This structure is very common in professional settings when scheduling meetings or travel.
Typical simple present examples often involve official verbs. The store opens at 9 a.m. The conference starts on Monday. My contract expires next year. Notice how these events happen automatically according to a schedule.
When speaking about your own fixed work schedule, you use the simple present. I work the late shift next week. This is part of your official repeating schedule. It's not a personal choice, but a documented reality.
A common mistake is using will for timetables. Saying the train will leave at 7 a.m. sounds like you just randomly guessed the time. Using the train leaves at 7 a.m. tells the listener you have checked the schedule and are certain. Fluency means using the tense that reflects reality.
Practice substituting going to with the present continuous whenever. Welcome back. We're now entering the realm of advanced future tenses, structures that allow you to express complex timing and relationships between future events.
First, the future continuous, will be doing. This tense describes an action that will be in progress at a specific point in the future.
The key here is the interruption or the time frame. At 10 a.m. tomorrow, I will be taking my final exam. The exam is the ongoing action at that exact moment.
We use this to talk about things we assume will be happening anyway. Don't call me at 7 p.m. I will be eating dinner. We use the continuous aspect because the action spans a period of time.
Next, the future perfect, will have done. This tense is used to describe an action that will be completed by a specific point in the future.
The focus is on completion. The deadline marker is crucial. By the end of the year, I will have finished my master's degree. The finishing is complete before the year ends.
Use the future perfect to express goals and deadlines. By Friday, the team will have submitted all the reports. The submission is complete by the deadline.
The future perfect structure uses the modal will, followed by have, never has, followed by the past participle of the main verb, done, finished, submitted.
These two advanced structures add great formality and precision to your English, which is excellent for professional or academic settings.
Let's detail the future continuous use for social contact. When you want to check if someone is busy at a future time, you use the continuous form. What will you be doing next Tuesday evening? This is much softer than asking, what are you doing, and implies asking about their assumed schedule.
The structure of the future continuous helps to set a background scene. When the meeting starts, the sales team will still be preparing their slides. This contrasts the two actions, emphasizing the ongoing nature of the preparation.
Now the future perfect. Time markers are essential here. You must use phrases like by the time, by then, or in X weeks or months. Example, in 6 months, we will have completely renovated the kitchen. This highlights the magnitude of the completed achievement.
Let's look at the difference. If I say, next week I will be running the marathon, I mean the action will be in progress. If I say, by the time the month ends, I will have run the marathon, I mean the running is finished and completed.
A common mistake in the future perfect is forgetting the have. Practice the structure, will plus have plus V3. I will have seen, she will have learned, they will have built. These tenses show sophisticated command over English timing.
For professional English, the future perfect is often used in forecasts and reports. The budget will have stabilized by the fourth quarter.
Welcome back. Now that we've covered the mechanical structures, let's look at how native speakers soften or qualify their predictions using specific expressions.
Using softeners prevents your predictions from sounding too aggressive or overly confident. We don't always want to sound 100% sure.
To express strong belief or high probability, use phrases like, I'm certain that, I'm convinced that, or it's highly likely that. Example, it's highly likely that we will meet the deadline.
To express uncertainty or possibility, use I doubt that, I suppose that, it might happen, or the modal may. Example, I suppose the flight may be delayed due to the weather.
We often use I think or I believe with will to reinforce that the prediction is based on opinion, not fact. I think the price will drop next week.
Now let's introduce first conditional sentences, if plus will. This structure is essential for discussing possible future outcomes based on present conditions.
The formula is if plus simple present is will plus base verb. If it rains, I will stay home. The condition, rain, is real and possible, and the result, stay home, is a likely consequence.
This is the most common way to discuss planning and contingency. If we launch early, we will capture the market share.
Practice replacing will with other modals of possibility, may, might, or could, to lower the certainty of the result. If we launch early, we might capture the market share. Less certain.
Mastering these expressions and conditional structures adds genuine fluency because it allows you to communicate the degree of your prediction, not just the prediction itself.
Let's detail the difference in softening phrases. For formal situations like work presentations or academic papers, use terms like it is projected that, data suggests, or based on current metrics. This shows objective distance.
For informal, daily English, use informal tag phrases like I reckon, chances are, or I bet. Example, chances are they will call us back tomorrow.
We need to explicitly address the common conditional error, using will in the if clause. Never say, if it will rain, I will stay home. The rule is simple. The simple present always follows if in the first conditional. If it rains, I will stay home.
Practice using might and could in the result clause. If I finish early, I could attend the social event. This expresses ability or possibility rather than the firm intention of will. The modal verb choice dramatically changes the tone of the future promise.
Another useful future expression is about to. We use this for actions in the immediate, imminent future. The meeting is about to start. This is stronger than is starting and conveys a...
Welcome back. We've covered 5 complex structures. Now let's focus on the fluidity, how to combine these tenses naturally in a single conversation.
Fluent future talk means switching tenses smoothly based on what you're describing, a fixed schedule, a personal plan, or a guess.
Scenario 1. Travel. Start with a fixed schedule, move to a definite arrangement, and end with a spontaneous intention.
The train leaves at 6 a.m. Simple present, fixed schedule. So I am getting up at 4 a.m. Present continuous, definite arrangement. I'll pack my bag right now. Will, instant decision.
Scenario 2. Project management. Start with a prediction based on evidence, move to a deadline, and add a contingency.
Based on the testing, the software is going to be stable soon. Going to, evidence. By next Friday, the developers will have completed the final phase, future perfect, deadline. If we succeed, we will celebrate, first conditional.
Scenario 3. Social plan. Start with a question about an ongoing activity, move to a fixed plan, and end with a softer suggestion.
What will you be doing on Friday evening? Future continuous, ongoing activity. I'm seeing a movie with Sarah. Present continuous, fixed plan. After that, we might get coffee. Might, softer suggestion.
The key to fluency here is the time marker. The time phrase, tomorrow at 3 p.m. by next week, dictates which tense is most appropriate.
If you use a vague time marker like later, will or going to is fine. If you use a precise time, like at 5:30 p.m., the present continuous or simple present is more accurate.
Practice isolating the tenses. Say 5 things you will do instantly. Say 5 things you are going to do this week. Then try combining 2 different tenses in a single sentence.
Let's detail the fluency drill, the timeline switch. Start by practicing one event in 3 different future tenses. Event, the report. 1. I will finish the report soon. Simple will, guess. 2. I am going to finish the report today. Going to, strong intention. 3. By 5 p.m., I will have finished the report. Future perfect, deadline.
The time marker dictation rule is crucial. Time markers like when, after, as soon as, and until are always followed by the simple present, even if the action is in the future. I will call you as soon as I get the results. This is a non-negotiable rule of time clauses.
When combining tenses, use linking words to maintain flow. Words like therefore, consequently, meanwhile, and
Welcome back for our final review. We've covered the entire spectrum of English future talk, from simple guesses to complex deadlines.
let's review the core structures and their functions. Will, instant decisions, pure predictions. Going to, prior plans, evidence-based predictions.
Present continuous, definite arrangements involving others. Simple present, fixed timetables or schedules.
And the advanced tenses, future continuous, action in progress at a future time, future perfect, action completed before a future time.
For practice, use the future diary drill. Write down 5 things you are doing tomorrow, ensuring you use a different tense for each event based on its certainty.
Remember the rule for conditional sentences. If plus simple present, will or modal plus base verb. Never use will after if.
Your goal is not perfection, it is clarity of intention. When you choose the right tense, your listener immediately understands the nature of your future plan.
Embrace the complexity. Using a variety of future tenses shows sophistication and dramatically improves your professional English.
Thank you for joining us on Zero to English.
Now you have the tools to talk about tomorrow, next week, and next year.
And remember to subscribe for more videos like this.
Goodbye for now.